Is RuneScape worth playing in 2026? I'll tell you all I know, and hopefully it helps you come to a conclusion by the end of this video. I hadn't played in a couple of years. I have a maxed account, which I'll upload a little bit of content later in this video here of my maxed account fighting against the late game bosses. The early levels are always like the biggest grind. Once you get up in levels and stuff and you get a few quality of life things. Yeah, my maxed account almost has all the benefits that you can get in terms of like AFK, but to get those items you have to be fairly late game. You have to do a lot of grinding, which yeah, Runescape 3 is not as bad as old school Runescape in terms of grinding. I found it a lot easier, but I was coming up through the treasure hunter era, which the treasure hunter has now been removed, and which is good, great thing for the RuneScape community. The end game is just a lot more exciting for me. Like, it takes you ages to get to like even overloads and like the meta, like getting enough money to build the meta builds. I think my builds are not quite meta anymore, but I've got pretty much the best loadouts possible in every class. The time you have to put in to actually get good at this game, it's quite excessive. Like you do have to commit a substantial amount of time to this game. I don't actually know what my hours are in this game, but it would be over 2,000 hours. Easily over 2,000 hours just to have this account that I have here. But yeah, you have to commit to it to be able to get to that level. I guess if you have kids, you could probably pay them to do the training and the skilling for you. And members, you kind of want to get Prifdiness, which is a massive quest line. You have to do like, I don't know, it used to be like 30 prerequisites. I don't know if it is still 30 prerequisites, but you had to do about 30 quests just to get the Prifdiness quest unlocked. It's just a bunch of different quest lines that you have to get through. But yeah, all in all, this game is very rewarding, but it does demand a decent amount of attention to get to that level. But if you're looking for an MMO, I couldn't recommend RuneScape enough. The only issue that I've seen with it recently has been the bond market has gone ridiculously up. So like when I was buying membership back in the day, it was like 34, it was like 20, I think it started out about $24 million per bond, which gives you 14 days of free membership. You can stack them to get incrementally more days, but in terms of just paying for 2 weeks of membership, it used to cost 24 million GP. I guess there's been in-game inflation or something to that effect, because now it is like 120 million GP, I believe. Yeah, it's just, it takes, like, to get 120 million GP, you have to be doing very high profit tasks to be able to hold down, you know, a full-time job and earn 120 million GP per 2 weeks in the game. There are some machines that help you, like the invention machines. You can do high-level alchemy and they'll help you earn profit, but for the most part you're going to have to pretty much earn that money through in-game bossing, or some skills can earn you enough money, but it just takes a lot more time to do it through skilling. Sadly, in current game meta, I think you would have to purchase like 1 or 2 months worth of membership once you got to a decent level. There is a lot of content that you have to cover in this game to get to what you would call in-game. So yeah, it's got a lot of content. Personally, I didn't really enjoy doing the quests, but if you like questing, this is also a real good game for you, because you can, you know, it gives you, drip feeds you a good amount of quests that you can figure out as you go. And if you can't figure it out, you just look up a YouTube video. There's a couple of good YouTubers that put out real good videos on how to get through certain quests, like, you know, click for click kind of. But yeah, my experience with RuneScape's been fairly positive. They say you never quit RuneScape, you only take breaks. I feel like that's pretty true. I like to come back to RuneScape every now and then, even if it's not to play excessively. Well, I keep saying excessively, not to play a lot of it, but it's still fun just to return, even just to see what's changed. And they added necromancy. The last time I returned, they just added necromancy, so I had a new skill to get to level 99. So yeah, they're still adding content, and they've definitely put a big, Jagex has had a big step up in what they've, I don't know, their mindset or how they've been looking at the game, because there was people in the community, and I know a certain YouTuber, Protox, was just non-stop saying that they needed to just remove the treasure hunter and the scambling and the microtransaction monetizing of this game, which they've done now, which is awesome. That means they're listening to the community a bit more, and you know, that's how games really get to a really good place. And I think RuneScape's in a lot better place now than it's been even since I've been playing it. It seems to be in a lot better place right now. All the content is just, it's always had really good content, but there's just been things that have just not sat right with the player base. But Jagex has seemed to be making the effort to move it in the right direction now, which is, it's awesome to see. But yeah, you know, old school RuneScape still gets what is it? About 6 times the players. But a lot of players, you know, will just not give RuneScape3 the chance because of its past and what's happened. But the actual game itself, if it wasn't being stacked up against old school RuneScape, it is an awesome MMORPG game. And yeah, definitely worth giving a fair shot, you know. I was thinking of doing like a series and just doing, you know, 10 hours of playing this game, but I've already played a few thousand hours, so there's really not much point in me doing that. So I decided to just do a bit of a review and try and keep it in like a 10-minute video and kind of gloss over everything in the game, and someone who's put a lot of time into this game, who enjoys this game. So yeah, that's pretty much everything in it. It definitely sounds like I've been negative on the game, but like, I don't see the game as a negative game. It's just there is certain things in it that are kind of hard to deal with, as I'm a free-to-play person as in spirit, you know. I only really play games if they're free-to-play winnable, they're not pay to win. And right now with the bond pricing, you know, Jagex kind of needs to do something about the bond price to bring it down so that it's actually available for new players to get a bit of membership and, you know, get their foot in the door. And then, you know, if they enjoy the game, they will pay it forward. They'll buy membership, or they'll buy cosmetics or whatever to support Jagex. But yeah, that's the only problem that I have with the game right now, the bond price. Like everything else Jagex has been doing has been moving in the right direction. They've moved away from microtransactions. They're looking at what the people are saying. I guess they're watching Protox's YouTube videos criticizing them. So yeah, I'm optimistic about the future of this game. For starting, they let you do member skills for free up to a certain amount of levels. And each skill, I don't know what it is, I'm not up to date on that, but like, so you can get a feel for the game without putting any money into the game. So yeah, if you like MMOs, this game, in my opinion, is the best MMO that's ever been produced. But I haven't played every MMO that's been produced. I know that this game has brought me a lot of joy through the years. You know, it's a nice little escape from your day-to-day. Anyway, that's pretty much all I can say about RuneScape. I'll be playing it, and I hope to see other Muppets joining in on the fun.